There's these ancient gods who like to play with mankind and make wagers on them. And so Manolo has a best friend named Joaquin and a best friend named Maria, and the three of them are very, very, very tight. And the two boys are starting to have feelings for the girls, and so the ancient gods, La Muerte and Xibalba, make a giant wager on them. And so we, as an audience, go on this journey for Manolo to try to basically win the heart of Maria. Maria is not a damsel in distress. She's a very, very feisty, strong character. And Joaquin is this sort of superhero, really over-the-top, super macho, awesome character. And so it's a very interesting dynamic between the three of them. Day of the Dead, anyone in the world who sees a little skull with a sombrero, they immediately go, Mexico and Day of the Dead. But what they don't know, most people, is the story behind it is pretty amazing. And as gorgeous and beautiful as all the iconography of Day of the Dead is, the core belief behind it is even more beautiful. And it's very, very simple. The nucleus, the core, the little seed of Day of the Dead is this. As long as we talk about those who were here before us, those who have passed away, our loved ones who are no longer with us, as long as we tell their stories, we sing their songs, we cook their favorite dishes, we tell their jokes, we tell everybody about them, they're here, they're with us, they're living inside our hearts. The moment we don't talk about them, the moment we forget them, or even worse, the moment we don't acknowledge them, then they really are dead. And that, no matter what faith you have, no matter where you live in the world, is incredibly universal. And you see it in a lot of cultures, and you see it in a lot of ideas throughout. La Muerte and Xibalba have been colored to match each other. If you look at La Muerte's design, she's all reds and yellows and the colors of life. She's basically a moving Day of the Dead altar. And the only blue in her is in her eyes. If you look at Xibalba, he's green and blue, lack of warmth, all grays and blacks, and sort of the opposite of La Muerte. And the only red in Xibalba are in his eyes. So they only have eyes for each other, and they work as complements. Throughout the film, each of the characters is themed to different colors. Each of the lands is themed to different colors or lack of color. And so you should be able to tell where you are just by getting a glimpse of the color scheme. But yeah, colors are a huge, huge tool for storytelling in our movie. And we always define it as the emotional use of color. It can't just look pretty. What is it making you feel? The Book of Life in our movie is this ancient book that has every story ever told. So every person, everything is in this book. And so Manolo, as we find in the story, his pages are blank. And it's because he's not living the life that others have written for him. And he's not living the life that others are telling him how to live. He's writing his own story. And so write your own story is, in a weird, universal way, the theme of our movie. My favorite films and my favorite books and my favorite albums from all over the world are things that are incredibly unique to a culture, but that are incredibly universal in their themes. And so for us, I wanted this movie to be really, really authentic to Mexico, but it's not for Mexico, it's for the world. And the themes in our movie are for everybody, all ages, every culture in the world. Joaquin had to be this larger-than-life persona, and it had to be someone who sounded like a hero. Like in one sentence, you could hear the heroicness, and you could hear the flowing hair and the cape behind just by that performance. And Channing Tatum got it immediately. He was laughing. Again, it was one of those really, really funny moments when I pitched in the movie, and he sat me down and he said, "Well, Jorge, you know I'm not Mexican, right?" And we both laughed, and I told him, no, the cast of the movie is people from everywhere, from all cultures. It's not just Mexican people. And so he was like, okay, just making sure. And so he was one of those people who brought a whole different take on what I imagined originally the character to be, and we just made him even funnier and better because he's so comfortable and so self-aware of this super macho persona that people see in Channing Tatum, and he just played with that, and he loved it, and it was some of the funniest records. My stomach hurt so much from laughing when we recorded him.